Hey YouTube, welcome back to Garage Shop Science. So let's say the last pair of the pallet sawhorses I made just weren't quite strong enough for you guys, and you need something a little bit sturdier for heavier projects. Well, today I'm going to show you how to make these. Extremely sturdy, holding 200 plus pounds of weight right here, all for under 20 bucks. Let's do it. Okay guys, here's what you're going to need for this build. 5 2x4s, 3 1x4s by 6 foot long, and 4 bolts. I went with 4-inch long. As long as it's long enough to go through 2 2x4s and still have your nut and stuff on it, you're good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut down the 2x4s. We're going to cut 4 of them so that we have 8 40-inch long pieces. And then immediately after that, what we're going to do is we're going to cut a 20-inch bevel across on each side. We're going to make sure they're parallel. So we're going to cut two 20-degree miters on each side. The other 2x4 we're just going to cut to 36-inch long planks. And the final thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our 1x4s. I cut mine down in 3 different sizes. I did a 27.5, 28, and 28.5. Okay guys, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me. It's really windy out and there's quite a few ticked off geese back here right behind me in the lake. They're honking. Got my boards cut down. Like I said earlier, got a 20-degree angle on each side. They're parallel, so they're going the same way. Next step to do is we're going to mark what we're going to cut out. We're going to cut out a shape on one side of each one you cut. That's going to be shaped very similar to a 2x4. So grab yourself a speed square, grab yourself a pen or something and a tape measure. And let me show you how to measure this out, to cut this out. Okay guys, once again, sorry for the wind noise. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our speed square. The first thing we're going to do is just going to put it directly even on the edge. And we're going to mark 3 inches down. So what we're looking at, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a 20 right here. It's going to be farther down, maybe out of the shot. I can't quite tell if it's going to be out of the shot or not. It's going to be farther down. I'm going to rotate the T-square, pivoting about up here until that 20 lines up right with the edge. That's going to give me a 20-degree edge right here. As you can see, that's pretty much even with my edge that I cut right there. And so I'm going to come down. I'm going to go to my 20-degree angle. I'm going to go right where it's on that 3. Make sure I get right there. Okay, there it is. Okay, now I'm just going to draw a line. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go back to the exact opposite side and put it right here. And I'm going to mark that line right at 1.5. That's the cutout of a 2x4. So there's my 1.5. I'm going to come up here because this is already at 20 degrees. I'm going to have it even hard on that edge, bring it over to the 1.5, draw a line straight down. Okay, there's my cutout line. So I'm going to cut that notch out. In addition to this, I'm going to go down, I'm going to put my speed square hard edge up against that. And then I'm going to go down to about 6 1/16. Now, my square is only measured in 1/8 increments, so I'm just going to go to the halfway point between the 6 and the 1/8. But I draw a little line right there. I'm also going to put a 20-degree line right here through this. Okay, there's my 20-degree line. I'm gonna put my T-square flat up against here, and I'm gonna go until the 1 3/4 crosses that line. Okay, that is right there. That's where it crosses. So this is the halfway point of the board, and it's 3 1/16 down from this. So if I were to measure from this line to this point here, this line here to this point, it's 3 1/16, and this point is in the halfway point of the 2x4. So go ahead, mark this, put your point there, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do cut out on one. I'm going to drill a hole on one, and I'm going to match drill the cutout and match drill the hole on the rest of them. So let's get to it. got all of our cutouts complete. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take 2 boards, flip them with cutouts on the same side but opposite. We're just going to put the bolt through. We're going to do that on all 4 sets, and then get back to attaching the 1x4s to the face. So, okay, final steps. We're going to attach our 1x4s to the boards. You want to attach the board to the same 2x4 that's facing direction. So this one has a notch here, this one has a notch here. So if you're going to attach a board to this one, you need to attach to this one, otherwise it's not going to work right. I said earlier, mine I cut at a little bit of an angle, so I'm going to have to make sure that whenever I'm attaching these, I'm attaching them at the proper angle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it from the bottom. This bottom board, so one side is going to have the longest board and the shortest, and the other side is going to have the medium, the middle one. So this one is the 28.5, this one's the 27.5, this is the 28. This is going to go on the other side. So I'm going to measure it from the bottom, just where I want it put. I'm going to put mine at 5 3/4. You can put it really wherever you want. So I'm going to put it 5 3/4 right here. I'm going to get this beveled edge as even as I can with this 2x4. And that's right where I want it. So I'm going to screw it down. Okay, there we have it. The very final thing I'm going to do, which you don't really have to do, is I'm going to drill a hole right in the middle, on the bottom side of the middle one. I'm going to put an eye bolt in there. I'm going to do the exact same thing bottom rung on the top side. Okay guys, so here I am. I got both sawhorses built, so I built 2 of them. I only showed you one, but I built both of them. I got my 2 36-inch boards. I also have these really cheap little stretchy bungee like things that would ball on one end. It doesn't really matter whether you use these or a regular bungee, but you'll want to use some of these. So let me show you how these things work. So extremely simple. You're just going to open it until you have this notch in the middle. You're going to grab one of your 2x4s. You're just going to stick it in the middle. Then I'm going to take one of my bungees and stick it through this eyelet. Stick it over here on the end. So let's take a look at the better ones just to show you how strong they are, because odds are you'll do a better job cutting these than me. So here's the better one. As I said, you can pick it up by this if you get your cuts just right. This one here I did a really poor job cutting. So it has a little bit of flex side to side, but overall, not bad. And it is extremely strong. So thanks for watching. If you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And keep a lookout for the future projects. Thanks.